Hello and welcome to All Things Registration. In this program, I plan to explain when and how to register when you are at the University of Michigan Dearborn. So first, a little bit of a welcome. This is being presented by PALS, which is Peer Advising Learning and Success. And our mission is to support all students striving for academic success. PALS can help these students meet these goals in many, many ways, such as creating specific goals and realistic plans to achieve them, helping students navigate the university websites and available tools, and exploring study skills, test-taking strategies, time management techniques, and much, much more. We do this in a variety of ways. Sometimes we do one-on-one academic coaching appointments with students that they can sign up for through their portal. Or we host events like this, where we can record workshops and put them online for students to view later. We also do these in the live capacities as well, so be sure to check your email to see when we do these events. So what are we doing today? Well, we are going to look up when you know when to register, so specifically for the fall 2022 registration. We're going to explore how you can select what classes you want to sign up for. We're also going to explore registration. And for the live session, we also had some questions and demonstrations. But those, if you want them, you can ask PALS. We'll have a contact form at the end of this. So when to register? At the University of Michigan Dearborn, all registration is done by appointment only. What does this mean? You don't have to go make an appointment with someone to register, but there are specific times and dates that are pre-assigned to all students at the university. So this pre-assigned dates and times are based on the amount of credits that a student has already earned up to that point. So if I am registering for the fall 2022 semester, and it is currently mid-March, so we're still in winter 2022, the only credits that will count towards that is anything I completed up to fall 2021. So it has to be completed semesters of credit. Anything you're currently in progress of taking will not count towards that total. Students cannot register before their assigned time and date. However, they can register at any time on that time and date or after it. So it's not like you only have a one-day window, and if you forget to sign up that day, you're at a loss. You can do it anytime on or after your date and time. Where can you find this registration times table? In a minute, I'm going to show you a little snapshot of fall 2022, but at any time, if you want to, you can go to this link that I have provided here. You can also go to the university website and type in registration timetable. It will be the first thing that generates. Here's a little screenshot of what you will see for fall 2022. You will see that on Monday, April 4th, at 8 a.m., any seniors with priority registration will be able to sign up for their classes to enroll in them. This includes anyone who has 105 or more credit hours already. Maybe you're a senior, but you don't quite have that number of credit hours. Maybe you'll be Tuesday, April 5th, 8 a.m. This will be seniors with 95 or more credit hours. And the list goes on and on and on until we get to lower and lower credit amounts, until eventually we'll get to freshmen or transfers who have 0+ credits. So using this registration timetable, you will be able to figure out what day you can officially enroll in all your courses, which is good if you want to stay on top of it and ensure your place in a course. You want to do it as soon as you can. So we know when we're supposed to register, but what am I supposed to sign up for? University of Michigan Dearborn uses DegreeWorks. This is a program you can go through in your student portal. To get there, you'll want to go to your University of Michigan Dearborn's homepage, click the Students tab in the top left corner, and you'll want to click the button that generates called Access the Portal Now. From there, there'll be a screen, and on the right-hand side of the screen, you'll see a button that says Academic Resources Plus. And finally, on that page, you'll be able to get to DegreeWorks. When you open DegreeWorks, you will have a page similar to the screenshot I have taken here. You'll be able to see all the courses that go with your pre-selected major. So in my case, I'm biological sciences, and there are quite a few requirements for that major. And you can see that it's genetics on the left. You see the name of the course. Then it has the official course title, Bio 306. The full title, sometimes they shorten them, so that would be general genetics. You'll see the grade that you have earned, the credit hours it is worth, and then the term you have taken it in. On the left-hand side here, you see that I have all green check marks. This is because I have completed those courses successfully. I am in the last semester here at University of Michigan Dearborn, so I have all green check marks, and it is a great feeling. But you will have a red X there if you have not quite taken the course yet, or if you're in the middle of taking that course, you'll have something that says in progress. So this is a great way to figure out what courses I need to take to stay on top of my degree track. And it really helps you figure out and narrow down which ones you ultimately need to take to graduate, which is our ultimate goal here. However, DegreeWorks is not a replacement for academic advising. Advisors give valuable insights that tools like DegreeWorks cannot give you. For instance, sometimes courses are only offered in the fall and winter. Looking at your DegreeWorks page of what courses you have left to take will not tell you that, but your advisor will know. They may know that maybe Bio 306 is only offered in the fall. This is important information if you're in your final year of school and you don't want to be left in a winter semester and then realize, oh crap, I can't take it. I need to wait another year. So academic advising is an absolute must. For academic advising, you want to please refer to your official academic advising office. This is typically based on what college you are in. All students start with START, Student Advising and Resource Team, and then they usually get sorted into the individual college. So you can be Castle, Chess, CECS, College of Business, and HPA. So you will know that based on what degree track you are in. And this is just a reminder, we recently switched over to the student portal, so it's a little different signing up for academic advising. To schedule this advising appointment, you'll want to go on your self-service portal and select the schedule an appointment button in the top left-hand corner. From then you'll want to scroll down to your advisor under their college. So in my case, it's College of Arts, Science, and Letters. Find your academic advisor and pick a time that works for you. All right, so up to this point, we know when we were supposed to register. We learned about the registration times table. We also learned how to decide what courses you should take. So how do you physically register? That is the last question we need to answer for this puzzle. So in comes your student portal. Once you enter your student portal and then click the Academic Resources Plus link, which will be on the right-hand side of the page, you will be introduced to your student portal. It will open a new tab. On the left-hand side of this page, you will find a menu bar like the one that's on the right here. This will take you to numerous important features that you can use on your day-to-day life. So one of those we talked about already is DegreeWorks. As we already said, this is a great way to find out what courses you still need to take for your planned course of study. There's also a tool called Schedule Planner. This is great for type A people who like to, like myself, who like to have their schedules figured out exactly how it's going to be before they go to the sign up to register. So in this one, you can put in things like all the breaks you want to take, what courses you want to take, maybe the format, virtual, online, hybrid, and it will generate a list of schedules that fit that plan of yours. And you can add that to your registration cart for your assigned day and time. There's also registration/schedule. This is probably the most important tool that everyone has to use because this is where you're going to go to actually register for your courses. And then lastly, we have transcripts and grades. I put these on here just because they're important to know where they are. At some point, you'll probably all want to take a look at your transcript and your grades. So you will find those in your student portal as well. Lastly, the student portal is great for seeing if you have a hold as well. Holds are one of the common things that keep students from registering. So if you're unsure if you have a hold or not, you can go on your student portal and you will see in the top right-hand corner, there'll be a little word that says holds, and it will maybe have a number next to it. If it's 0, you're all set, no holds, but you may have like 1 or 2 or 3 even. So you'll want to click on that, see what your holds are and what you have to do to get them lifted. So this is all about registration today. So what happens when you actually click that registration/schedule? This is the screen you will be brought to. From here, you can look up your classes in a variety of ways. You can type in the subject and then the course number. So you could do like biology for the subject, and then for course number, you could do 306. I believe that's general genetics. Or you can look it up by enter the CRN numbers. So you would have to navigate one tab over, but you could just look them up the back way. Some students prefer typing in the number of the course, and that's what they find helpful. Also, if you use that schedule planner tool that I already talked about, then you can just click the plans button, because if you sent that schedule to your registration cart, it will all be pre-aligned here. Regardless, once you find all the courses you take, you will want to add them to your summary here. You'll see the status here when you first add them. They will not say registered like they do in this photo. They will say unregistered or waiting registered. I don't quite remember which one it is. And under the action button, you'll want to click down on that scroll menu and select the button that says register. You'll want to do that for each course you add. And once you have those all set, you will click the submit button, which will light up because you have made a change to the page. After that, you will be all set. All of these should now have a status as registered, and you will be officially registered for whatever semester you're doing this for. If you want to get a more of a visual feel of your schedule as well, this left-hand side of the page does have a weekly kind of calendar view as well, which can be a very helpful tool so you can see what your day is going to look like on a day-to-day basis. So thank you so much for coming to this short presentation. We do have a survey here that you can scan with your QR code on your phone. This just lets us know, gives us some feedback, so how we can make these videos better for you guys in the future. Your feedback really does matter. It really informs us on what you guys want to learn about. So thank you so much. I know this is just a video, but if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to us via email. We also, on our website, on the school webpage, we have a contact form. So if you have any questions, comments, or concerns, please reach out to us and we'd be happy to guide you through this process. Thank you so much. Have a great day.